Over Las Vegas with my family, my sister and myself in one row, my parents in the other across the way. We're nearing the end of our flight. Mother tells me to sit in her seat and look out the window as we fly over the Hoover Dam. Sitting next to Father, I watch him lean out the window, saying, "Just think of all that concrete." I look over his shoulder. The dam no longer larger than a thumbnail. That water looked like, cracks in a sidewalk, like the wrinkles in the palm of my hand. Over Phoenix, preparing for another descent at 8:50 p.m., but it's usually 15 minutes late, as it is now. I'm getting used to the schedule now. The mountains look like little mountains you see on topographically correct globes, little ridges as if they're made of sand, like if you just lean your head down a little bit, you're exhaling. Your exhaling can make them all just blow away in the breeze. And I know that what I'm looking for is out there, somewhere. I think it is. Where it is, I better not be wrong. I just have to keep searching just a little harder to find it. I love the city lights from above at night. Have you ever thought of how much power it takes to actually light all those buildings, all the streets, all that energy? And every time I look out that little window with the rounded corners, I see strings of little yellow Italian Christmas lights strung along the ground. And little Champaign, Illinois, and those little airplanes that 25 people can fit into. That airport there is really nice, actually. It's made for a bigger city, the city of dreams and tall buildings. That's what I think. The roar of the planes are so loud, though. And not like those 747s where you can sleep during the flight. But they fly low enough so that I can see all the buildings I live in from the sky. And where I work. And that's a store. Neal Street. The bars. Assembly Hall. Over Fort Myers, the city always looks different from any other place. All the palm trees, the marshes, like you've just landed somewhere foreign, and pretty soon the big tour will begin. You can feel the heat, the humidity sticking your shirt to your back between your shoulder blades, and your neck sticking to your neck, too, from inside your cabin, even before you land. Chicago looks grand from the sky, with this huge expanse of lake next to it, like civilization crept up as far as it possibly could, then finally had to stop. The power of nature stopping the power of mankind for once. And I cannot decide which one looks more evil. The lake does. It looks more evil, I mean, at least at night. At night it looks like there's two spheres, a string of lights and a huge void. Daylight, and the snow is on the ground, and it looks dirty. So many cars have splashed mud on it as they drove by. And the sky always matches the shade of gray of the snow, fitting for the city of the blues. Maybe the snow is already that color, that perfect shade of gray when it falls from the sky in this city. Have you ever noticed that the air isn't normal air in an airplane? I mean, I know they have to pump in air and pressurize it and all in order to keep us alive up there. But there's just something about the air in a cabin that's different. It's got a smell to it. That's the only way I can describe it. A smell of all these people going places, running to something, or running away from it. When I go on vacation, and I promise people I'll write, I usually write from the plane, just so I don't have to worry about it on the rest of my trip. And I write their letters on the airsick bags. It's more interesting than paper. I like the window seat. I like to look out the window. Clouds look like cotton balls when you're above them. And when you're landing, cars look like little ants on a mission, bringing food back to their hill. little soldiers, back and forth, back and forth. And the streets look like veins, capillaries to some massive, monstrous body. And the farmland looks like little squares of colors. I wonder why each plot of land is a different color. What's growing there that makes them different? Or maybe it's that some of them are turning shades of red and brown because some of them are dying. Once I was bumped from my flight, but the next only available flight they gave me was first class. I sat there, feeling underdressed and afraid to order a drink. And it always seems like you're stuck sitting next to someone that's either too wide for their seat, or is a businessman with his newspaper stretched out and his laptop computer on his little fold-out table. Once, I was on a flight back from D.C. A flight attendant walked by, a stack of magazines in her hand. Time, Newsweek, Business Week. And I stopped her, asking what magazine she said. And she just looked at me and she replied, "Oh, these magazines are for men." This is a true story. And I asked her again, what magazines did she have? I already read Time, so I took Newsweek.